founder and the co-owner of the Performance Lab here in Modesto, California. In 2011, I was just finishing up playing college football at Delta State in Cleveland, Mississippi. And it was probably somewhere around the early to mid of December that I was moving back to California. And I was joking with my two roommates, talking about how when I went home, I'm going to start a training program out of this gym. And jokingly, I said that, if one day I could get it to grow and be, a lot bigger than what it was at the time, that I would call it the lab. It was like an ongoing joke between my roommates and myself in college. Like if we were about to go work out or go watch film, we would say, oh man, we're about to go to the lab. So as a joke at 21 years old, I said that we were going to call it the lab. So I came home, started the program in January of 2012. I started with one kid. And to be honest, when I first started training and, dealing with athletes and dealing with people, I really didn't take it that serious. I just figured it was a way to make some money. It was something I could do to pass my time, and it was literally the only thing I could do without having my degree at that point. But as I started working with people and working the job, I really fell in love with, what I was doing on a day-to-day basis and, affecting change in people's lives. And then once I started taking it more serious, I was fortunate enough that things really started taking off for me. Started working with teams, started working with a couple professional athletes, and here we are 2.5, 3 years later, and we just moved into our brand new facility. When I first started, I had less than 3 bars, 1 squat rack, 1 sled, and the room could have only have been maybe 50 feet by 60. It was extremely small. So it's a trip to think of how far that we've came. TPL has done a lot for me. I know people talk a lot about what TPL has done for them, but the biggest thing TPL has done for me is it has shown me how to have a real relationship. It has shown me how to treat people, how to love and care for people. The best thing about my job isn't the kids that I train that win championships or the different medals that they bring in or them playing professionally. The biggest thing about TPL is that it actually gives me a family. It actually gives me a real, genuine people that I genuinely care about, and I think they care about me too. So the biggest thing from TPL is it's giving me something. It's giving me something to call my own. It's giving me something that I wake up motivated to go to every day. I work all throughout the night because I can't wait to come back in and get to work with the people that I get to work with every day. So, I know everybody talks about how much I do for them, but I don't think you guys understand how much you've done for me and how being around you guys makes me want to be a better person and makes me not to be the way that I used to be and all that type of stuff. So, vision for TPL moving forward is a place for people to, like a safe haven, a place where people can really get better. Too many times there's a lot of people that feel they have nobody to talk to, they have nobody to turn to, they have nowhere to really train, when they really want to get better. Because everybody wants to be the best, everybody wants to be the best that they can be, but I believe that a lot of people just don't know the right way of going about it. So what I envision about TPL is, we're that place. We're that place where you can feel loved. We're that place where you can feel welcome, No matter how big or how small your dreams, your ambitions are, we're the ones that are going to get you over the top and help you to do that. Very humbled to, be in the position that I'm in and to have this experience, because not too long ago, I was just, some poor kid, that literally had a dollar in a dream. I started out of a 500 square foot place, with just a couple bars, a couple dumbbells. I actually didn't even have a bumper, so back then, I literally almost gave up. I remember going home almost in tears, talking to my mother, talking about how, I felt like I was a failure, as if, you know, being in business and being in business was something that, you know, I couldn't achieve, you know. But I'm lucky, you know, I'm very fortunate that I didn't stop. I'm very fortunate for the support system that I do have. And, you know, the biggest thing and the best thing I ever did back then was believe in myself. You know, if I didn't believe in myself and I would have given up, I mean, I don't know where I'd be at. You know, growing up, you know, I have a great family, you know, but I was a very difficult kid, you know, from, you know, having anger management issues, fighting, doing a whole bunch of things that, you mean, really aren't conducive to you having a good life. You know, I was actually so bad that my 8th grade basketball coach, you know, told me that I wouldn't amount to anything in life, and middle school sports and middle school schooling was probably about as far as I was going to go. You know, as a 8th grader, that's kind of a hard pill for you to swallow. So, you know, that, probably is one point in my life where I think I really started to flip the switch. You know, like, I used to wake up every day for the first couple of years, and I used to write what he said to me, and I used to have it underneath my pillow. So every time I went to bed at night, I'd reach underneath my pillow and read it. Not a lot of people know that, because, it really hurt my feelings, and it really affected me. It affected me for a long time, but after a while, you know, I just said, you know, one day when I get my own business, or one day when I play on TV or do something, you know, he'll eat those words, and, you know, I'm sure he does now. So, you know, I know if I can do it and I can make it, anybody can. Definitely want to say thank you to everybody that came out. Thank you to everybody that trains with me every day. Thank you to everybody that works with me. Thank you to the guys that are putting together this video, you know, because without you guys, there is no me.
Look. All I gotta say is, what a year, what a year. Whoa. I decided now that every year's our year. Oh yeah, man, that's till we disappear. Yeah. I'm focused on the near, never what's in the rear.
I'm Brandon Ballard. I am the head performance coach at the Performance Lab. Originally, I got into TPL around like the end of 2012. I had started training because I wanted to get in shape to play basketball again, because I was out of high school in 2011, so I was trying to get back in shape, and then I just fell in love with it, with the atmosphere and everything. And then a couple of years went by. I felt like I wasn't ready yet, and so like I just stayed committed to working out and trying to get right. And then not too long after that, Greg and Gabe approached me, told me they wanted to bring me into business and have me training people, put me on pretty much, and then it's been golden ever since. All right, so 230 is that's our advanced lifting class, more for college athletes, high school athletes who are serious about trying to get better and become a better athlete, better person, pretty much. That's also when like the pros come, the pros that we train, or some of the guys from college, when they come back home, they come and train at 230, along with actually some of the girls who can actually like lift too and throw on some weight. And then so the 4 and the 5, that's pretty much the general public. So I want to say like mothers from 20 to about 60, little kids that we train could also lift, but not as at a high intensity as the 230. People, mainly like the working people who just get off of work, or people who are just getting out of classes. Most of the high schools end around 2, so everybody from high school who can't make it to the 230 will usually come to the 4 or the 5. And then we have a kids speed and agility at 5 on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. That ranges from kids from about, I want to say to like 6 to like 13. So they come get their little footwork done. 6 o'clock is, actually 6 o'clock has kind of changed, because it's typically, when I was training, it used to be more of like the high school kids who, because we didn't have a 230 before, so it was 230 was our 6 pretty much. But now, like schools in stuff like that, 6 o'clock is kind of like the 230 for the most part. But 6 o'clock is more welcoming. So I wouldn't say everybody advanced comes to 6, but like some events come to 6 if they can't make it at 2:30, or some of the other people who are trying to like gear into training at 2:30 come to 6. And then we have the bakery. The bakery is an all-women's class at 7 p.m. from Monday to Thursday. We mainly focus on the legs, the core, and the butt because that's what women want most. And but we don't just do simple things like any other gym. You know what I mean? Like we got girls who can front squat, we got girls who can clean, we got girls who can squat, we got girls who can do resistance training, girls who do sprints. You know what I mean? So it's like we cover all bases. Future, I would say members can expect most just a welcoming environment. It's like we call ourselves TPL fam because that's what we really are. We're mainly a family. Like you see these people every day for however long you lift. So like at the same time, say it's 2:30, I'd see the same faces for the whole week. So if I've been training here for a year, I'm seeing the same person at the same time every year. You know what I mean? So you kind of grow to know people, know how they act, mainly become attracted to them in a healthy atmosphere. So it's like if I'm training with you, at the end of the day, you're gonna be my brother. Why do I love TPL? For the most part, I grew up in TPL. I've been here since I was 19. I'm now 22. And I've seen just about every person to walk through TPL. So I know TPL front to back like the back of my hand. So for me to see it come to what it is now is just nothing. This is a blessing. So why do I love it? Mainly because it's home. The main reason to join TPL is for anybody who wants to better themselves, get a healthy way of living in a comfortable environment. Not too many places have to offer what we do, which is the TPL fam, obviously, this beautiful facility, trainers that we have, just everything. Like you definitely won't find this anywhere else on earth.
Gabe Torres from Empire, California, Director of Operations at TPL. Basically what that means is I make sure everything's running smoothly day to day. Everyone's getting A1 customer service, and the company is still continuing to grow and expand and do new things as we're doing that. So.
Thurston, head baseball instructor at the Performance Lab. You know, the type of training that I do here is the baseball training, the hitting, the pitching, base running, defense, the mental skills. You know, obviously the physical, but not just training a kid how to hit, catch, run, throw, but also allowing them to not only do those things, but understand why it's important to do these things the correct way. Why am I having you do something that you maybe have never heard or never done before? So giving you the instruction from a professional standpoint. I've been playing baseball for a very long time professionally, so being able to give you that professional look on baseball versus just the everyday stuff you might hear from maybe high school coaches or maybe college coaches.
TPL has affected me not just like physically but also mentally. It's got me to feel more confident in myself, not just like in regular life but also on the field, like playing football and stuff. And it just really helped my self-esteem. You know, Brett does a good job at like getting people to reach down and bring it out of them, like bring whatever it is that they can achieve out of them. And it's just really helped me, not like physically, but as well as mentally.
TPL has made me a stronger person, not only physically, but mentally. It's empowering to see how far you can push your body, and how far you think you can and how far you really can are two totally different things. It's taught me to respect my body and to love it regardless of its size. I'm one of the older people here, and it's amazing watching people grow and they become your family, and you talk to people and you learn their stories and what TPL means to them, and I don't know, it's a great family experience.
In many ways, as far as my health goes, since I've been here, I've dropped about 50 pounds. Not only does it help me stay in good shape, also outside of the gym, it helps me with my family. It kind of sets a bar so that my kids see what's really going on here at TPL. With me staying with my physical fitness at a certain level, it keeps my kids motivated to want to follow my footsteps, coming here and being overweight. TPL has really helped me set my fitness goals and get to the next level in life.
TPL has impacted my life by physically and mentally making me strong.
My wife started coming here a few years ago, and she got me interested in it, and we just jumped into it. And Brett, Gabe, and Brandon just been a positive influence for us, and we just kept coming this whole time, and we love it.
I used to be a girl that jumped gym to gym every 30 days, and I like to try new things. And I came out here because I knew Brett for about 4 years at the time. And when I came in and I tried his workout for the first time, I was like, man, that kicked my butt. But when I left, I wanted to come back day after day, and I never felt like we did the same thing for the whole year. So that's pretty much why I came to TPL. It just kept me inspired and kept me wanting to keep coming. It never changed.
I actually attend MJC. My little brother played football on the Pirates, and Brett was the coach, and I kind of just heard the guys talking about the TPL fans, so I decided to come down and check it out one day. And being a member of CrossFit before, the first workout that I had here, I needed to come back.
Okay, so 3 words that describe Brett. Number 1, uncanny. That one, because first one that came to mind, because for sure I know him and Brandon be like, this fool said uncanny. Yeah, but for sure he's someone that doesn't go with the crowd. So it's definitely, does things differently in every part of his life, and anything that he does, it's all his own way. So it's definitely authentic. Anytime you're doing something with him, it's genuine. So uncanny. Number 2, I guess it'd be kind of along the lines of that, would be outlier, and that'd be kind of someone that beats the odds, I guess, to speak in a cliche, but yeah, someone who goes far above and beyond the average and does way more than what the average person is doing. So then the other one I gotta say something about his ambition, his work ethic, because he's the only other person that I feel like is my age that might work as hard as me. So for sure, definitely uncanny, he's an outlier, and he works his ass off.
I describe Brett as like a big brother to me. He's always been there, not just like as a trainer, but outside of the gym, I could just go to him for whatever I need. I could always rely on him. He's gonna be there for me, and I know that. It's been that way since day one. He's just a great mentor for people too. He's a positive influence, I think, in our community, and he's doing a great job at like turning a lot of kids' lifestyles around and stuff.
Brett is a tough love kind of guy because the workouts are pretty tough, so you wonder why he's making you do it, but it's because he sees your full potential and he believes in you.
Charismatic, a leader, motivator, someone that you can look up to no matter how old you are, because him and I are about the same age. He played football with my brother, and he's always just been super bright and like someone you want to follow, and everything he says you kind of just buy into because he's just one of those people. He knows what he's talking about. How can you not like Brett?
Brett is a motivated individual that puts others in front of himself. That's what makes him a great leader since I've been here. He's pushed me beyond anything that I could ever achieve. He encourages people. He wants them to succeed, and he's just a great guy.
Brett is passionate, driven. You know, I can just tell from knowing him in the few months that we've known each other. You know, he really cares about his job, about his work, and it's really, he doesn't, when you watch him work, he doesn't treat it as work. It's his passion. You know, it's something that he really loves to do, and that's I think that's one of the things that he saw in me with his decision to have me as the baseball guy here. Is not the fact that it's a job, but it's my passion. It's something that I love to do. It's something that I've been doing for years and years. And so the way I work is not from a 9-to-5 perspective. Not you know, I'm just here to get a check type of thing. It's here because I'm here because I love what I do. I love to make people or get people to feel like they're doing things that they love to do as well. You know, I'm here because I love, basically, you know, I love to help a guy or girl get to the next level. You know, I don't want you to ever feel like it's just I'm here because I'm here, but that's what I get from Brett. He does it because he's passionate about it. He loves to do his job and has fun doing it, and getting you to perform at your top level.
Brett's really a different kind of person. Like, you don't really find too many people like him. Like, he'll be the type of person that's there for you. Like, if you need to talk to somebody, or like if you like anything. So he can call you in the middle of the day if you want to hang out. He can hang out with you. If you need to talk to him, he can talk to you. If you got to put you in your place, he can put you in your place, and like you still have that same respect for him. So like for me, I've been knowing Brett since I was like real young, like still in school and stuff. So me and him kind of have like a different kind of relationship. Like, it's more than just a boss and employee, or like a big brother, little brother type thing. You know what I mean? So for me and Brett to be where we are now, to compared to where we started at, it's like it's for real, like a brotherhood kind of. So, but yeah, like when I was training, like him and Gabe were like the ones who like really brought me in, and like they noticed that how passionate I was about lifting and wanting to be in the gym and stuff like that. So like they brought me on not knowing how our relationship would develop over the years. So like I really do commend him for that.
Okay, so my name is Karen. They call me Miss Karen here because I'm 57 years old. I never lifted anything on a bar until I was 55. I haven't quite been here for 2 years. I've lost nearly 30 pounds. I can fit in the wedding dress I wore back in 1989. And this is the best, most supportive environment I've ever worked out in. I'd never do anything else again. I've run my whole life, and I plateaued and I started having knee problems and back problems, and nothing worked. When I first came in here, Brett had to help me hold the baby bar over my head because I couldn't do it. Now I can squat, I can lift, I can press. I'm never going to be able to keep up with these youngsters, but for me, if you stop exercising when you're my age, you don't start again. You're done. And this, I can do this until the day I die. And I keep teasing people that, like, if I pass out here, have a heart attack, it's all good.
And to all those people that are watching this video, you know, I wouldn't have made it without you guys.
Everything costs something, bro. When it's somewhere else, you just lost something, no. The cost of opportunities is always good to know. But if you know that, then you're good to go, yeah. No dreams too big, chase anything, got the passion to do. Only a dream till it happens to you. Finally seeing money, now I'm